Looking for cheap NBA 2K MT coins or Madden coins? Head on over to buy2kmut.com for the cheapest coins online and use code CRUSH for 20% off your order. Link will be in the description. What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be making history here in the My League community. I've never done this, and I'm not sure it's been done in the My League community at all. We're going to be collabing with two other YouTubers today, Massa and TKE. So basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing 4 seasons. We each drafted each other's teams, and we got 4 seasons to see who can get closest to 82-0. So we did fantasy draft style. We're going to have terrible teams. We drafted each other's teams earlier, and now we're going to see who can get closest to 82-0. And of course, I'll have both their videos in the link in the description below. Before we get into the video, if you guys could drop a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you aren't subscribed, change that right now as well. We're trying to reach 13K before this month is over. We're early in July. We're like 200 away. So if you aren't subscribed, change that right now. But basically, this is how we did things. So basically, I drafted Massa's team, and then TKE drafted my team, and then Massa drafted TKE's team. So yeah, this is the team that TKE drafted me. So basically, the criteria was we did 280s, 275 pluses, and the rest were like 70 pluses. So yeah, this is basically what my team looks like. So we have Robert Covington, Bielitsa, Jeff Teague, Markelle Fultz, Andre Iguodala, Jordan McLaughlin, Nicholas Batum, Corey Brewer, Darius Miller, Edmund Summer, Trayvon Graham, Kelvis Swanigan, Romeo Langford, Delvedova, Melvin Frazier, and that's about it. So yeah, obviously not a very good roster. And Robert Covington is here. So we all know Robert Covington. I have a lot of fun with Robert Covington. We even have a fellow subscriber that likes to comment on my videos named Robert Covington. Had a lot of fun with him in the stream the other night. But let's go and find out what we can do. So this was fantasy drafted, by the way, just so you guys are aware. So this, you know, obviously the team's going to be so different. So my first strategy is I want to build a defensive team. Like, that's kind of what I want to go for. So, but I want to scan Team Intel real quick to see if anyone is selling like good players. That's kind of what I want to go for. So if Kevin Durant's available, that's what I'm going for first, because my draft pick should be valuable because this team sucks. So hopefully that is the case. Luka Doncic is untouchable. Okay, so that's already off the list. What else we got? So let's just keep looking. Rudy Gobert. Okay, the Bucks are rebuilding, and they have Stephen Curry, but he's untouchable. Okay, that kind of sucks. Lillard, the Bulls are rebuilding, and he's untouchable, so can't do that. All right, let's keep looking just in case we find anybody that might be worth going for. Kyrie Irving is untouchable. All right, so far, not good at all. So maybe we'll have to rely on free agency. And Kawhi is untouchable. Jason Tatum is untouchable. So yeah, like so far, it's no good. Like there's nobody that's available that I really want right now. Ben Simmons, okay, so they're rebuilding, and Ben Simmons is not untouchable. So that's already a player I want to go for. So that could be something, but just in case, I want to keep looking. Jokic is untouchable. All right, and then Bam Adebayo is somebody I do want, because like I said, I want defensively, I want to be really good. So that's kind of what I'm going to go for today. So Paul George, Kyle Lowry, Andre Drummond, no one's available on that, or untouchable. LeBron James is untouchable. You guys know the last 2 videos, maybe I'll find LeBron in the trade finder. It seems to be happening a lot. I don't know why. Anthony Davis is untouchable. Where's Kevin Durant? Okay, he's untouchable. Kevin Durant was the guy I kind of had in mind, but it looks like Ben Simmons wouldn't be too bad to get either, obviously. So Ben Simmons is going to be the guy we're going to target. I think I'm going to try to go for Bam as well. So first, let's go for Ben Simmons to start this off, and he was on the Hornets. So let's go to the Hornets and offer them a trade. They would like to acquire DeRozan and Anthony Davis. Okay, you know what? We could potentially player finder DeRozan and kind of see if DeRozan is in a spot where we could trade for him. Wait, nope. Okay, so where is he at? He is on the Timberwolves. So I'll keep that in mind if I can't make a trade work for just what I have straight up, because right now my team sucks. So for the Hornets, Ben Simmons making $8 million. Okay, Ben Simmons on his rookie contract as well, so got to keep that in mind. So do I have anyone valuable? So I have like Markelle Fultz, who's got 3-star trade value. Ben Simmons only 4-star trade value right now. So Markelle Fultz, if I can keep Markelle Fultz out of this trade, that would be like a dub, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So McLaughlin, and is there anyone else I can maybe throw in here? I think Fultz is gonna have to be in this trade. Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to be in this trade. So Markelle Fultz will throw in here. So obviously we're not gonna do it straight up. My pick should be valuable. Yeah, 2-star unprotected. It's a valuable pick. 2020 unprotected. So I don't know if I'm gonna trade that pick necessarily, but I'll trade my 2021. And then also my 2022, and then also my 2023. All this for Ben Simmons. They don't agree to that. I'll also give you, I think I have Romeo Langford down here. He might have some trade value. So what if I removed, like, let's go with this. Would you do this? They don't agree. I'm gonna get Ben Simmons to start this video off. Okay, so we got Ben Simmons. That's what I'm talking about. So Ben Simmons is gonna move to small forward, and he's gonna be our small forward for the video. So that's gonna be good. The other guy I wanted to go for, as you guys know, was Bam Adebayo. So let's go to Adebayo, because I believe, I don't remember where Bam was actually. So let me just player find him. So Adebayo, He's going to be our center for the video, hopefully. So let's see. He is on a 2-year contract. He's on the Kings. So why I want Bam is because his defense is great. And like I said, I want to build a defensive team that's going to be able to lock up and score. So Ben Simmons is not a bad start. And then we have obviously Bam Adebayo with an A- inside defense. And for a center, a C+ perimeter defense is not bad at all. So let me add him to the target list and then we'll trade for him. So let's go to Bam Adebayo on the Kings and let's ask what they'd want for him. So for the Kings, and I'm not opposed to trading anyone I have right now, obviously, because this team kind of sucks. So they want Ben Simmons. Besides Ben Simmons, I'm not doing that. So Ben Simmons is not going to be available in this trade. But I will give you Robert Covington if you want him, and I might be able to move Robert Covington to the 3, and that might help this trade value. So let's go to that. So Robert Covington, go back to the Kings, get Bam, and also Robert Covington. And they don't like that trade. Okay, I'll also throw you Corey Brewer. No, they don't agree to that. Okay, so Corey Brewer is gonna have like no trade value, obviously. Is there anyone else? Melvin Frazier, Summer. There's literally like these teams suck. Jordan McLaughlin, would he have any? I don't want to trade my 2020 pick. What about my 2023 pick? Okay, they agree. So we got Bam and Ben Simmons to start the video. So that's not bad. Good start, if you ask me. So we have Ben Simmons and Bam, who are both good defensively, but obviously we're not close to even done with what we want by the end of the video. But it's a good start. It's definitely a good start. So we got good defenders. I want to keep looking for more. We're going to go ahead, similar to the end of this season, see how we finish out. There was a reason why I wanted to keep my 2020 pick, because I feel like we might suck. And I definitely want to trade for more picks in the offseason with the guys I have. So let's go ahead, keep simulating, and see how this team finishes out in season number 1. So at the end of season number 1, Luka Doncic is your MVP. Zion's rookie of the year on the Wizards. Ricky Rubio, 6th man on the Magic. Kawhi, defensive player on the Grizzlies. And Luka, also your most improved, and Steve Kerr, coach of the year, as the Warriors went 59-23. We didn't make the playoffs. We were terrible, 34-48. Like I told you guys, we would be absolutely terrible. That is indeed why I did not want to trade my first round pick, my 2020, because after this, I'm going to make this team really good. So basically, I have a strategy in mind of what I want to do. I want to make this team fit together nicely. That's kind of what I want to do today. The last 82-0 challenges I've done, I've just kind of put together like God squad teams, and it hasn't really worked out. So I'm hoping if I can make the pieces fit together, we might be able to make something happen. But with the 8th pick, we jump up to number 1. Holy crap, how lucky is that? Oh my lord. Okay, and also the stats. We were projected the 8th pick. I know you guys just saw that. And Bam averaged 23 and Ben Simmons averaged 22. Okay, absolutely insane. I'm surprised Bam didn't win most improved player, bro. That dude jumped up quite a bit. So very nice to see that. Obviously, you know, we don't need Bam Adebayo to do that throughout the whole video. And Jeff T get a 15 for himself. Nice, I guess. Miley said 13-6. So not too bad. So, but staff signing, I am going to fire Terry Stotts. Unfortunately, I like him in real life. But if I'm going to try to go 82-0, I got to have the best staff possible. So I'm going to fire pretty much everybody. So I'm going to go with the trainers. Randy Martin, I'm going to need for sure. Head coach, Eric Spoelstra's got an A+ defense, so it makes sense to go for him. Assistant coach, is there anyone that has an A defense and assistance? Not really. Oh, Benjamin Walker. Okay, so we'll go with Benjamin Walker. So there we'll get those two guys. Eric Spoelstra declines. No, bro. Okay, I gotta offer him a contract again, please. There we go. Eric Spoelstra was so important to get, and now our whole budget's gone, but that's okay. I feel like I got the 3 most important positions out of the way that I really needed. So NBA draft, because I'm not really sure what CFO and assistant GM even do, to be honest. But Ben Simmons, 93 overall. Bam Adebayo is an 86. So we may not even keep Bam Adebayo throughout the whole video. He was just a good piece to go for to get started. So the fact we have the first pick in the draft is insane. And then Batum has a no trade clause for some reason, but thankfully I can still trade him, because I extended him so I could freaking trade him for some picks, basically what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna get that 1st and 2nd, and then we're also gonna trade Matthew Dellavedova, and we can get a 1st or a 2nd for him. We get 2 seconds. Can I get a 1st for Matthew Dellavedova, or is that asking too much? Okay, so I can get 2 seconds. I feel like it makes sense to do that. And then everyone else is still gonna get traded as well. So Darius, or Edmund Summer, I should say. Can I get 2 first-round picks and get a 1st and a 2nd? I've noticed on PC, you don't get packaged 2 first-round picks. You get like a 1st and a 2nd, because I don't think anyone's offered me 2 first-round picks. On PlayStation 4, everybody was like offering me 2 first-round picks, like terrible players. But I'm just kind of collecting assets right now. And yeah, 1st and 2nd. So it's not 2 firsts, it's a 1st and a 2nd. I mean, it makes more sense though that way. So maybe PC is just the wave, and I'm going to trade Iguodala as well to free up cap space. So, and we get 2 seconds, which I feel like makes sense to do. So Iguodala is gone. Bielitsa is next. I mean, Bielitsa's not bad though, but I don't want to keep him. So we're going to, there's 2 first-round picks. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. We get Chris Paul, but he would fit what I want, but the problem is he's making way too much money, so I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go with that first trade. I think we're gonna do that. So the Clippers are being very nice to me today and offering me a lot of first round picks, so we're doing that. And then we have the first pick in the draft, and we have 2 second rounders, and Bam and Ben Simmons are the only 2 we have right now under contract, which is no big deal. But I did decide to use a different draft class today. 6 rings, I guess, using it on PC, so I decided to go with it. And TKE told me about it, so I went with Lasers draft class today. So I can go with Edwards, I can go with Wiseman, I can go with LaMelo. But I mean, as far as what I need, I guess LaMelo could. His defense is D-. Wiseman's is a B+, and then okay, Obi Toppin is a C, and Abdiha. So I feel like it makes the most sense to draft Wiseman. I'm not definitely keen on keeping Wiseman. If I can trade him later on for somebody a lot better, that's going to be the goal. Player options, Swanigan or Melvin Frazier. I guess I'll accept Melvin Frazier to trade him away. Qualifying offers, we have none, so I'm going to go ahead and throw Melvin Frazier, and they also drafted a couple of second rounders. So Melvin Frazier, if we can throw you out there for some first, that's what we're going to do, obviously. So let's do that. And also let's go ahead and throw my 2 second rounders out there for a couple of first round picks. That's what we want. So we have 3 players under contract total, and so we should have a ton of cap space. So we're going to renounce Jeff Teague. I might end up re-signing some of these guys, that way I can kind of use them in trades. We have 3 players under contract. When I look at bird rights right now, we have Jeff Teague under bird rights, so I definitely want him. Anthony Davis, definitely somebody, obviously you definitely always got to have interest in. Definitely going to help me not waste any time, go straight into trying to go 82-0, and we're his #1 offer, so that is actually really good. So I would definitely want Anthony Davis. So on top of Anthony Davis, I kind of want to balance the roster out now, because obviously getting Anthony Davis is going to be great and all, but it's not great because we don't really have anyone else. So Anthony Davis, definitely glad to have him. I'm gonna sign all these guys back. Let me real quick make sure I can sign. All right, first I want to do this. So Bam, let me throw Bam out there. Since I do have Wiseman, maybe I should just trade Wiseman right now. I don't necessarily want to do that right away, but it might be the move. So if I were to trade Wiseman right now, he's got 3.5 star trade value. Nothing great is really popping up. Okay, so nothing that great's popping up. He definitely could just be a backup. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to that. So we can maybe run that. Wiseman could be our backup center. So we have a power forward, a small forward, and a center. So we really need a backcourt right now. So let's go for backcourt. And let's go for perimeter defensive players. So we got Andrew Roberson. I'm going to sign him as well. Could be a nice backup small forward for us. I know he is great there. All right, perimeter defense, Goran Dragic's not too bad. Jeff Teague, honestly, Jeff Teague wouldn't be too bad to have. Trey Burke, Rondo, if Rondo didn't go down overall, he'd almost be perfect. Berea, Augustine, I guess I could sign Michael Carter-Williams. Why not? Let's do it. So let's sign both of them. So this rotation is going to kind of suck, obviously, early on. It's okay, no big deal. So we'll have Michael Carter-Williams as our starting point guard. Andrew Roberson, I'm going to move to small forward right now. So Andrew Roberson's going to move to the 3 to be our backup small forward. And he can back up Ben Simmons. We don't have a shooting guard right now. Our power forward spot needs some help. And then shooting guard and backcourt. So let's go for a shooting guard. The shooting guard, Malik Beasley. Perimeter defense is not that great, but he is a good scorer. Could be great. So I think I'll sign Malik Beasley to a 3-year deal. And a lot of these guys probably aren't going to stay. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need a backup power forward or a backup shooting guard, and then I'll probably just sign a couple other players that could help us later on. So like Damian Lee or Dion Waiters. So I'll go with Dion Waiters, and then I'll sign some other players. So I'll just basically start signing players that I can use. So all positions affordable is where I want to go. If I can get, let's say I'll get Tyreek Evans, maybe on a 2-year deal. I'd rather have him on a 2-year deal so I can trade him later on. So let's go Brandon Forbes, give him a 2-year deal. Can I afford Christian? No, I can't. That's not where I want to be. John Henson, I'll give him a 2-year deal. We'll sign all those guys, and I think I'll call it good. So we can't sign Brent Forbes. So all positions affordable again. We can sign Myers Leonard. I actually would have rather have gave him a 2-year deal. I keep doing that on accident, so I was negotiating. I can't do it. Okay, Langston Galway, I guess I'll give a 2-year deal to. So we'll sign those guys, and then that's what we're gonna do this offseason. So we're gonna call it an offseason. So yeah, obviously it's not where we want it to be just yet, but it's not bad. It's not bad to start things off. I like where we're at. So player progression is looking pretty good. Ben Simmons, Anthony Davis are 2 stars. I need supporting cast around them. We're gonna resign Bam Adebayo, and then we'll trade everyone else, and we should still have some cap space going into next offseason. So this next season isn't gonna be too good either. But hopefully the next 2 seasons I'll have the opportunity to see if we can go 82-0. So this next season probably won't be as good. We might be all right, but not where I want to be. So let's go ahead and simulate season number 2 and kind of see how it goes. But season number 3 and season number 4 is where I really need to step it up and see if we can go close to 82-0. So at the end of season number 2, we went 62-20. So not bad. Obviously, we're not really where we want to be yet. I found some very interesting players that were for sale at Team Intel at the trade deadline. I just didn't really have the pieces or assets to make a trade for them, obviously. But player stats, we had 26 from Anthony Davis, 19. We had 16, 16, 13, and 10. So yeah, there's a certain player I obviously want to bring home to Portland. He was for sale, and that'd be Damian Lillard. Obviously, it's not going to fit the defense aspect that I was talking about, but if we can somehow, some way get him, that's obviously going to be ideal. So draft lottery time. Let's go look at what we got going on, and we might. Okay, so we are projected a lottery pick, so that's going to even help even more. And we jump up to number 4, and I obviously don't need that pick. I might need it, but we'll see. So Spoelstra will keep the staff the same, but when we go back into Team Intel, we got to go look at this stuff again. So DeJounte Murray. I'm kind of looking at point guard, so we do need a point guard really badly. And Damian Lillard, they're rebuilding with Damian Lillard at a 95 overall. How can you say no to that? So Damian Lillard's probably gonna be somebody I'm gonna go for. We got Trae Young also available. Kyrie Irving also available. So Kyrie Irving is an option too. Could be interesting because I need a point guard. And if I look at point guards, maybe that. Let me go to player finder. Let's go to position point guard / shooting guard. And then obviously we want players like not perimeter defense A or better. And then let's say where can I do the overall at? Overall's right here. Max age. Can I do overall? I'm pretty sure you can. I just kind of need to find it real quick. There you go. There it is. Minimum overall rating. I'm gonna go to a 90 and above. Not 99. Whoops. 90 and above. And it's Paul George and Klay Thompson. So those are the only 2. All right, so that's kind of unfortunate. What if I went down maybe to 87? We got Chris Paul, John Wall, Jaylen Brown. So Jaylen Brown could be interesting. We can find a way to get him. We do need a shooting guard too, so definitely keep him in mind. But let's go and try to pry Damian Lillard away from the Trailblazers, or from the Bulls, I guess. Is he? Wait, where's he at? I'm not 100,000% sure where Damian Lillard was. I'm pretty sure it was on the Bulls. Let me check that again. Bulls, yeah, Damian Lillard. So Damian Lillard's making 43 million. He is making a lot of money though, so that could be something that could definitely not be good for us. But 31 million, we have to make up 31 million. Okay, I don't even know if we're gonna be able to do that, to be honest. Yeah, we may not be able to do that like I thought I was gonna be able to. So maybe I'll have to go look at some other players. So never mind on Damian Lillard. That might be too tough. I didn't think we had that much. Sorry, Cap. Okay, so yeah, the only 2 making a lot of money is Anthony Davis, Ben Simmons. Those might be our only 2 players that can make that much money, to be honest. So Damian Lillard's probably not going to be an option. If we want to make the roster more balanced, it's probably not going to work that way. So staff signing, Eric Spoelstra will keep. So let's just go to the draft instead and draft a good player with the 4th pick. So I'm going to also, let me trade. I do want to trade some players here. So Jeff Teague, I'm going to trade for some picks. We'll do that. And then I'll also trade. I want to keep Roberson. Malik Beasley, I'm going to trade. He's making 9 million. That's a little too much for my liking. We could get Montrezl, but he's making way too much money. We get the 2nd round pick and Paul Millsap. Shabazz Napier wouldn't be a bad backup. Finney Smith. We don't need a small forward, a backup small forward. Shake Milton's not making that much, and he's a good backup shooting guard. We'll do that. So that works. So let's go to the NBA draft now and see if we can get the 4th overall pick. So the 4th overall pick, when we look at draft summary, Cade Cunningham goes number 2 overall. That definitely could have been interesting. Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, but I think we do have Jalen Johnson here as well that we can take. There's BJ Boston. Let's go. Yeah, let's go with Jalen Johnson. Why not? So Jalen Johnson, sign him up, and then he'll be our 78 overall player that we can have here after the draft. And then qualifying offers, Bam Adebayo is a free agent. Definitely don't want to lose him. Giannis is a free agent. We're 26 million off, and Bam is. Kawhi, obviously, but we can't afford guys like that. Paul George wants a lot. Jason Tatum. Gobert. So when we look at our roster now, so Anthony Davis, Ben Simmons, that's great. Shake Milton and Andre Roberson are good backups that I want to keep. Wiseman also another good backup that I potentially want to keep, but if I can find a good trade for him, I'll trade him. But these guys down here, like Dion Waiters, John Henson, can go. So Dion Waiters, maybe we should try to use these guys in trades though. So Team Intel. So what do I need? I need a point guard and a shooting guard. And there was Clay. There was Jaylen Brown. So maybe I should go for a guy like Jaylen Brown who's going to be good defensively and can score. So Jaylen Brown from, I don't even remember where he was. Let me go player finder and find Jaylen Brown. So Jaylen Brown is somebody I definitely want. So Jaylen Brown, well, ask for him. So Jaylen Brown, he's an 87 overall, and he's pretty decent. So trade finder, not going to work. So let's go for a trade. And I don't know how much money will be off in this, but Michael Carter Williams, we're 16 million off for making this happen. So yeah, okay. We'll throw John Henson in the wind. We'll also throw Deion Waiter, so they can do this now. So all this for Jaylen Brown. They don't agree with that. We have plenty of assets we can throw at them, but they're not valuable. Okay, never mind. We got Jaylen Brown. So Jaylen Brown's gonna be our shooting guard. Shake Milton can back him up. So defensively, pretty good there. Langston Galloway, we're gonna trade. We don't need him anymore. So let's go ahead. We can trade Langston Galloway. Make it a mill so we can get some picks for him. There we go. We'll do that, and then we'll also trade this guy down here. We get a second for him. Why not? I think that, wait, was that a first? I don't know. Point guard, Jaylen Brown, Shake Milton. We have Ben Simmons, Andre Roberson, Jalen Johnson. I don't necessarily need Jalen Johnson, Anthony Davis, and then James Wiseman. Of course, we're going to get Bam back. So I don't need Jalen Johnson. And we also have negative $11 million in cap space, even after we announce some of these guys. So yeah, we're not going to have a lot of money. So $4 million, and we want to get Bam back, of course, as well. And then one last thing I do want to try. If I traded Jaylen Brown in the trade finder, I'm just kind of curious. We can get Shea, Zach LaVine, Brandon Ingram. We don't need a small forward, unfortunately. What else we got? Not a whole lot going on. So the other guy I kind of want to go for, so point guard, position point guard, shooting guard, and then I said perimeter defense. Let's go B plus or better. A or better, B plus or better. So B plus, A minus or better. So we got Paul George, DeJounte Murray, Victor Oladipo, Eric Bledsoe, Lonzo Ball, Fred VanVleet. I think DeJounte Murray is somebody I want. He just fits like whatever you need him to do. So he's making 15 million. I don't know how much I would need to make up in this situation. Jalen Johnson, we need 7 more million in this trade. So I traded Jalen Johnson, who I don't really need anyway. I think we might be able to make this work. We're gonna have to sign some players in free agency though. So let's go and go for Bam. We're gonna sign him right now. He's gonna come back on $4 million offer. So we'll have that, and then now we can kind of sign someone. So Lou Williams could be a solid backup shooting guard. We have Shake Milton already though, then I think about it. Alonzo Trier is going to be making 8 million if I can get him. So 8 million, and I'll probably max his offer out a little bit more so I can trade for DeJounte Murray. So we'll sign those two, and let's make sure we secure those guys and we get them both. Okay, so now let's go to DeJounte Murray, and we should be able to make an offer for him. So let me go back to wherever he might have been. So Murray, because he's going to fit good defensively. DeJounte Murray, yeah, he's got an A+ per defense, which is exactly what I want. Trade finder for him, Ben Simmons. We're not gonna be able to do that, so I'm gonna do this. I'll offer you Jalen Johnson, who I don't need anyway, and I'll also give you Alonzo Trier. Okay, and they don't agree to that. I'll give you some picks, and they need a point guard, it says, I think. I like our current roster. We're too good on a championship team. I won't mess with all this if it's a deal because it weakens us too much at our starting point guard spot. Okay. Would this change your mind? Okay, it does change your mind. So now, if DeJounte Murray at the point guard, Jaylen Brown, Shake Milton, Ben Simmons, Andre Roberson, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, James Wiseman. So that's already looking freaking good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need one more player. We could just run an 8-man rotation with this team, which is pretty solid. So 8-man rotation. If we wanted to sign somebody else, there's not a whole lot that we can sign, honestly. So what could we use anyway? I guess we could use a good backup power forward. So I saw Myers Leonard. So we can sign Myers Leonard, but I'll probably just run an 8-man rotation with the team we have. So we have 2 more seasons to simulate. This is our team right now. It's pretty solid for the most part. It's not bad. I like it, to be honest. I think it has potential. So we'll have to see how it goes. But with an 8-man rotation of 98, 94, 88, 87, 87, 82, 81, 78, 74. So we'll definitely run an 8-man rotation. It's kind of tough doing an 82-0 challenge on a fantasy draft because when you use an actual team, a lot of those players on their team, like say for instance the Celtics, the Celtics have a lot of young players that will come off expiring contracts, and then you can offer them a ridiculous amount of money, and then you keep trading for good players that are making like hella money. So that's kind of why I'm struggling with this so far. But what we're gonna do, guys, is simulate season number 3 with the team we have. I don't know if it'll be good at all, but hopefully we can win close to 70 games, but let's see what happens. Despite being 64-18, which is not where I want to be at all, Anthony Davis Defensive Player of the Year. Coach of the Year goes to Eric Spoelstra, Coach of the Year, so that's awesome. And Anthony Davis was also your most valuable player. But when you look at our system fit, so the fit is awesome. The proficiency fit 4.5 with the team we have, but obviously it's not good enough. So we need to make more changes because we only have one more season, and obviously I cannot go into this competition and only have my best season be 64 wins. I can't do it. I have to have at least 70. Like 70 is where I gotta be. So definitely gonna be making some changes this offseason. So let's see what happens. So basically we are sweeping the Western Conference though, so that's good. And we actually lose to Kawhi Leonard and the Nets in 6 games. So let's get into the offseason. Jaylen Brown to small forward like I wanted to. So Jaylen Brown and let's throw Jaylen Brown and Ben Simmons together. No offers. Okay, Jaylen Brown and Bam one more time. I'm gonna get Rudy Gobert. It'd be a great center to have. Rudy Gobert, I almost actually want Rudy Gobert. If I threw Bam and they want to give me Gobert, because Gobert's not going to score as much as Bam will. So I kind of want to do that. So I might go for Rudy Gobert just because obviously Gobert is known for being a defensive beast. So I kind of want him. And then if they could also give me like Duncan Robinson, they don't like that. I have a lot of seconds just so I can have a player to maybe trade later. So I'll give you some firsts instead. And they don't agree. I'll give you 2 firsts. Not that I really want to do that. It's just I'm kind of running out of options here. So wow, okay, so you will not do that. All right, whatever, we'll just do it. So Gobert for Bam straight up. That'll give us more defense and less offense. So yeah, there's really no point guard I can get. So Chris Paul might be the move because I think Kyrie Irving's gonna have a no trade clause, I feel like. And then yeah, I don't think, and then Trae Young was also available and it's kind of hard to find it. So Kyrie Irving, I guess he doesn't have a no trade clause, and we don't have any offers. Devin Booker, we need a point guard though. So point guards, we can go for John Wall, Kawhi Leonard. He asked for him, no. Kevin Durant is on the Nuggets. I wonder if, no, they're probably not selling him. Okay, Harden, asked for him, nothing. Embiid, just in case. I'll ask for some of these guys. John Morant, nothing. Kemba, give me Ben Simmons, Wiseman, Jaylen Brown, Shake Milton for Kemba. That could be a decent move, but I think Chris Paul is gonna be better defensively. So yeah, not really liking where this is ending up, but Chris Paul for Jaylen Brown, and they agree, obviously. So we have Chris Paul, Shabazz Napier, Quinn Cook, Shake Milton, Ben Simmons, and then Alex Len, which we don't really particularly need. So Chris Paul, obviously good defensively though, so that's good. Ben Simmons, and we just kind of need to round up the bench. James Wiseman, great. If I move him to power forward, he might even go up in overall. He's up to an 80-freaking-9, so yeah, we're doing that. So James Wiseman's gonna be an 89. If I traded him, could I get like, okay, no, so that's not really happening. Nothing really that good. Devin Booker, but I've traded Chris Paul. They're not doing that. And then there's also, yeah, so we're not doing that. So that's looking all right, Pascal Siakam, but we'll keep Wiseman the way he is. So when I look at this roster now, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish, and then I kind of want to make this last yeah, well, let me do this. So this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make Quinn Cook a shooting guard, Alex Len a power forward, and then this guy a shooting guard. So I'm gonna trade all 3 of those guys. If I can get a solid, just freaking, I don't even know, just a solid player out of this, like 80 and above player, that's Daniel Tice could be the move actually. Doug McDermott, Tony Bradley also could be the move. So Tony Bradley, Rashawn Holmes I'm gonna do instead. So we're gonna have Rashawn Holmes be the backup center. So yeah, this is gonna be our team. Rashawn Holmes, Alex Len, Shake Milton. Actually, I don't want, wait, did I just, no. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. Rashawn Holmes, Alex Len the power forward spot. We don't need him at power forward actually, Alex Len now. So let me trade Alex Len and Rashawn Holmes maybe, and kind of see, because we don't need a backup power forward. We need to back up anything else at this point. So Mikal Bridges, I do like his fit at small forward, so that could be good. So now I think that's what we're gonna roll with. So we have Shake Milton, Mikal Bridges, and Chris Paul. So yeah, and then obviously if I can trade Shake Milton for somebody better defensively, I think I will. So Shake Milton, Nico Mannion, what else do we have out here just in case I'm gonna keep looking? I guess Shake Milton might be our best option at this point. So yeah, don't really know how I feel about this roster going into the last season, but it is what it is at this point. There's no changing it now. There's not a whole lot I can do at this point, but the team's looking all right. So auto generate those rookies. And then when we look at our team now, we have Chris Paul, DeJounte Murray, Ben Simmons, Anthony Davis, Rudy Gobert, James Wiseman, Mikal Bridges, and Shake Milton. So that is our roster. Looking pretty freaking mighty fine, but it's just a matter, are we going to be good enough? So balanced, and we're pretty good everywhere, but I think I'll stay at defense and hope for the best. So let's simulate this final season, and let's see if we can get somewhat close to 82-0. Hopefully we can at least win 70 games. At the very end of this, my best record was 69-13, and I'm telling you right now, that's probably not going to be good enough. That might even be the worst record out of all three of us, so that sucks. But Chris Paul's your MVP somehow. We started off like 24-1, and I'm like, okay, all right, this seems not bad. We might have a chance at this. And no, we started losing more. So 69-13, didn't even win 70 games, unfortunately. Player stats, I mean, at least we won more than last year, but unfortunately, like I said, I don't think this is going to be good enough to beat either of these guys. I could be wrong. Maybe I would surprise myself, and maybe it's the best one, but I doubt it. So we won the championship to end it off with Chris Paul being the Finals MVP. But yeah, this was the roster, so it's pretty good, but unfortunately, it wasn't good enough. That's kind of what we're getting at. So wasn't good enough, but hopefully next time we'll be better. 69-13, this could be a learning lesson, or who knows? Like I said, I could have... maybe, I don't know, but I hope you guys enjoyed regardless. Make sure to watch their two videos as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. 69-13 is not bad, but I don't know if it's good enough to beat either of these guys. But for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.